Okie dokie. Let's turn off the music. Is this the death of VFX? Remember? Go over to Corridor Crew, like their video, give them a watch in order to support them, because I'll be watching through one of the videos.
A few days ago, a new experiment was released.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
You can now use AI to tell a consistent, cohesive story, and I'm going to try doing that. You know, here at Corridor, we like to joke that, technology is just moving so fast, in a few years, you just be like...
Dude, I love Corridor Crew. Their series on Stuntmen React and VFX Artists React is straight up a 10 out of 10. I love it. Bachelor's of Computer Science. Nice, dude. Wow. What a degree to have. Better not be the death of VFX. I'd be out of the job. But, hey, dude. Also, wait until you see some of the stuff that you can do now. It's actually mind-blowing. I love this stuff.
Snap a few pictures of your friends with your phone and generate a whole movie with them starring in it, right? And that's what we say to ourselves when it's 3 a.m. and we're sitting there grinding out rotoscoping and trying to match our 3D models to our backgrounds, and it all just seems like a fantasy that's so far away. But a few days ago, something new came out, and it's gonna change all of this. This year, AI image generators burst onto the scene, and I've become obsessed with the tech. I can't stop thinking about it. I think it's going to forever change.
I've been watching these videos in my spare time. When this guy says that videos just came out on this and the AI tech just released, a full tutorial on how to use this was released literally 5 days ago on the 1st of October. That's it. It is brand new.
Entertainment, filmmaking, art, visual effects, but there's been one big problem that all of these generators have. There's no way for you to add knowledge to these AI image generators. So you can't add like your dog or your friend, or how about like a fictional character that you invented? Or how about yourself, right? No,
Yep.
It's impossible. Well, a few days ago, a new experiment was released to try and fix this very problem. Sam, we're gonna make history.
Okay.
You ready?
Those skips are because I've got sponsor block installed. I don't care. I keep sponsor block installed. I don't care. I hate ads so much.
All right. I'm going to put you into the computer.
Okay. Open up.
By the way, this is doable to the point that you can do this yourself at home now. I've watched a full tutorial on how to do it. You can do it right now. My God, the light. I need to sit like this so the lighting is even on me because I don't have my light. I need to lower my monitors and then lower my lighting so that it isn't just shooting straight down at me. I can also turn down my lighting, but I need to rebalance everything. We started using AI upscaling on BBC documentaries. They can finally unarchive a load of old footage. Really? Wait, are you using AI upscaling on, or are they using AI upscaling on analog footage, like shot on film, or are they using it on digital footage, or a mixture of both? Because it was my understanding that analog footage, like film, or at least way back when, doesn't really have a limit for how much it can be upscaled because of the quality it's shot at. I don't fully understand it. I remember they released that, was it Take On Me, the music video? They re-released that in in 4K quality and it looked amazing. And they didn't really have to do much to it. It's just a case of they were able to put it out at a higher quality level. I might be talking out my ass, I'm not entirely sure. Application in game development. Nice. People get weird about AI. I see it as an extension of humanity. Yeah, I mean, if we created it, then surely it is an extension of humanity. Mixture of both. Film can scale up to about 7K before it gets blurry. Really? Dude. Now that's interesting. There must be so ooh. I wonder what I guess the limitation of digital is just whatever you film at is whatever you film at. I wonder,
That computer, man, I'll fit.
So the first thing we gotta do, I gotta take like 5 to 10 pictures of you. Unlike a deepfake where I need like thousands.
Last time I tried to steal someone's likeness with AI, I had to sift through 9 hours of podcast footage. So this is so far a breeze.
Yeah.
The best number of photos to use is actually 20.
So now I'm going to run these pictures of Sam through Dream Booth, which is actually free on GitHub if you want to download it and mess with it. Dream Booth fixes a problem with AI image generators. The way this stuff generally works is this machine learning algorithm is going to associate visual patterns and forms with words. If I type in black cat, what's happening is it's associated the color that we identify as black with the word black. It's associating the forms that we identify as a cat with the word cat. And it's kind of bringing those two together when we type in black cat. Now, the problem is, if I want to do, say, a picture of Sam, the AI model has never seen Sam. It has no knowledge of Sam. And if I try to describe Sam, like if I say bearded dude, then I just get a bunch of random pictures of bearded dudes. And it's not the same guy every time. There's no way to have the same person every time. Dream Booth fixes this by letting us add new knowledge to this model and having it be consistent knowledge. And it does so in a way that doesn't screw up all the knowledge that's already there.
I didn't realize it was so complicated.
That's so sick that you can mix existing knowledge with new knowledge, meaning that you can mix all the stuff that the AI knows with your own photos. That's so crazy to me, man. Although speed AI is growing, you'll be able to film something in 4K today and upscale it to 10K in a few years. My main interest in that kind of stuff, in upscaling and AI doing stuff, is, you know, like brain dances from Cyberpunk, where if you don't know what a brain dance is something that's filmed through the eyes of someone, then they die, and then they take the chip out of them and turn it into a brain dance where you can go in and experience the world from their point of view. But when you're editing a brain dance, the AI in Cyberpunk will take all the information there, and then, I think the word is extrapolate, from there, and then create a full 3D scene. You know, like, so it will say, well, most likely this pixel's here and this pixel's there. So you get like a really rough looking, big 3D image. So my main interest with AI upscaling and that kind of stuff is, how long is it before an AI can, let's say we're on the Titanic, right? And it's the scene when whatever her face is and whatever his face is are at the top of the boat and they're going, I'm the king of the world. How long is it before you can give that scene to an AI and they can take that information, they know it's a boat, they know that there's, the AI counts how many people, how many different extras it sees in the movie, how many people were supposed to be on that boat in real life, and then can put an appropriate amount of people in the background and then take the images from the internet and the blueprints from the Titanic and then create the background of that shot that you don't get to see when he's going, I'm the king of the world. How long is it before AI can fully construct a 3D scene off basic camera shots? And I would have to imagine it's not incredibly long until that can happen, because there's AI out there right now that can take a still image of a face and then animate that face with a level of consistency that is an accuracy that's kind of crazy. So surely it's not long until an AI can take this shot here. Like, if this shot, where did it start? It started like way back out here with them walking in to sit, right? Could it take that information and then take the information that, oh, there's a light reflected off here, so there's going to be a light here, and then build this full room for us to sit in VR with a level of consistency that makes us feel that we're actually there and that everything has been rendered to a degree that is accurate. That's what I want from AI, man. We're already at a stage where directors can change a live action camera angle in post-production. See, now that I can't wrap my brain around. Being able to change a camera angle post-production, like, I understand that you can skew. Like, I know the basics of like Photoshop and a little bit about After Effects and some stuff about Premiere, but I know some basics, right? So I know you could like skew and then tilt certain things, but there's only so much you can do with a 2D image. So the idea that you can completely change a camera angle in post-production, that's absolutely insane. That part, changing the angle of a 2D image is insane to me. I have every intention of getting a neural augment if they come out and I get to the point I can afford it. Dude, I have thought about this a lot in my life. I would 100% so quickly rip off my fleshy arms and legs and replace them with robotics. No questions asked. Easy peasy decision. Replace my eyes, replace my everything. Am I a super? Yes. Am I the fastest person alive? Yes. Am I the strongest? Also yes. All these things are most handsome? Of course. Absolutely. These are all easy questions. But would it be cool to have robot arms and legs? Yes, it would.
Complicated. By adding more data to the model, it risks the stability of the entire thing.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Once we have this all trained, we can now generate pictures of Sam. So let's make a photo of Sam Gorski laughing. Wow! That's crazy.
That's a deep laugh. I can hear it. Okay, obviously, if we wanted to see a picture of me, we could look at the reference pictures you took. But obviously, we have more power than just create.
I feel like they really should have shown us the photos it took to begin with, but the tongue's kind of messed up and like split in half there. There's like two, 1.5 tongues there, and the teeth are a little bit squint. You know, are those the two front teeth or those the two front ones? The hair looks phenomenal. The ear looks good. This jacket and everything. This is absolutely insane. They started a new technique in the last 4 movie where they filmed with special lights that allowed them to change the on-set lighting in post too. That's interesting. I really want to know what kind of lighting they used. I really wish that studios would stop using green screens and would instead start using the tech that The Mandalorian used. Because, like, did you see that quote from Christian Bale the other day saying that it was monotonous filming because there were 11 green screen and blue screen sets, so he had no idea where he was going, no idea what scene he was in half the time, because it's just all green screen and blue screen. It sounds awful. Burn. Yeah, why not? I also think those implants are the most viable means for full dive VR, and I want that. Dude, I want full dive VR as well. What I think would be great, here's what I think. I think that the secret to immortality in the short term, I think it's more likely that we'll find a way to put a neural implant in that allows us to live in a VR world that moves at 10 times slower than our world before we figure out how to stop the human body from decaying. So rather than living, let's say you live 100 years, just for a round number, you could go into VR at the age of 5 and just stay there until you're 95 or until you're 100, and then get to live 10 times that length in VR. You would be 20 for 10 years, which I think could be fun. And then when you're ready to, if you turn 700, which means you're 70, right? And you don't want to live anymore, you just jump out of VR and get to live in the real world. I mean, I would probably opt for that. As long as I am experiencing life in some way, as someone who plays games, right? Play a lot of games. I understand better than older generations that you can have life experiences in games, because people will sit there and will watch a movie, and that's an experience, right? You can learn. If you can learn from an experience, that's a life experience, in my opinion. If you can learn, let's say you didn't know fire was hot. You watch a movie where the character learns fire is hot. You now know fire is hot. That's a life experience. And you can have those life experiences in games. You can speak with characters. You can live through their lives, meet people, go places that you as a physical human being will never be able to do. So if I can live out my life in a virtual reality at a speed that's 10 times, slower than real life, there's absolutely no difference to me. And I think that barrier for understanding that, is a lot easier to understand. You're able to get over that barrier if you have a VR headset. Because when you're in VR, and you're standing there, I've talked about this many times in the past. I remember it was around about 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago now. It was around about 2, 3 a.m. I was really bored. Of course, no one I know is awake. I'm a night owl. No one I know is awake. I got no one to hang out with, and I'm bored. And I want to chill with someone, but there's no one to chill with. I put on my VR headset and I go into Rec Room, which is a little VR game where you can play basketball, ping pong, any type of sport you can do it. It's honestly a 10 out of 10 game. It's so much, maybe not 10 out of 10, but it's so much fun. And I remember just 3 a.m., I'm in my room, but I'm not in my room. I'm on a basketball court. And I'm playing basketball with a couple of guys from America, just standing there, just having fun, chatting. And it's like I'm actually there because their height is their height. Sure, it's a cartoon avatar with very little detail to it, but we're both in the same room, you know? We're both experiencing this together. I take this shot and it goes in that basket, and you watch me take that shot and it goes in. So the idea of being able to transition into a VR type of world and live 10 times longer is very appealing to me. So the issue with the volume is it's very limited in size. Make it any bigger and the LEDs stop being bright enough to light the scene efficiently. Right, okay. Large scale scenes will always need to be in camera green screen. Right. Gotcha. And you're talking about in reference to the Mandalorian stuff. Gotcha. They should still do it, I say. I say they should. The volume messes up a lot and still needs post VFX work. Right. Have a friend that works at ILM. Wait, is ILM the people that do Mandalorian? Or we could transfer consciousness to a new form. Dude, I am so uncomfortable with the idea of transferring consciousness to somewhere else. I don't think it's ever going to be possible. Ever. Ever. I really don't think it ever will be. I think you need your brain. I think that, I don't know if there's a soul. I don't know what there is. But the idea of transferring myself into something else doesn't seem possible. I think you can copy yourself into something else. But if you and a copy of you are alive at the same time, then that's not you, that's a copy. It's a copy. A clone is a copy. There's never going to be a way of transferring yourself and still being you. But then, what is you, you know? Me 10 years ago is unrecognizable to me now. So am I still me? I don't want to go down this road. I'm getting deep, man.
Getting a simple photo. I want to be in... Put me in Step Brothers.
Which brother do you want to be?
John C. Reilly.
Hold on. What's the prompt? Movie still of Sam Gorski as John C. Reilly from the movie Step Brothers. Looks a little wacky.
It is like me and John C. Reilly had a baby.
That's really creepy and I don't like it.
Gorski as Morpheus from The Matrix, 1999.
There we go. Now I'm starting to get...
Nothing about that says The Matrix.
Yeah, definitely started.
Apart from the sunglasses, and by the way, the sunglasses on this side are upside down. Apart from the sunglasses and the green tint, there's absolutely nothing about this that tells me that that's The Matrix. I'm not impressed by the prompts they're using so far, but we're only 4 minutes in. Hey Sean, how's it going, man? How are things? How are you? Good to see you again. Long time no see. Mark Zuckerberg will save us all and will ascend to the metaverse. My God, a fate worse than death. ILM is George Lucas's company, so they always get first dibs on Star Wars projects. The copy's fine too, as long as me in some form goes forward. Daniel, that's really interesting that you say that. I've had someone else say that to me as well. The copy of you is fine, as long as some form of you goes forward, right? Just have a kid then. Just have a kid. I don't understand the logic where you'd want some version of you to continue existing if that's not you. There's no, and I think the reason that doesn't translate for me is that I don't have kids and I'll never have kids because I don't want them. And the idea that I could have a child and then I would continue on in some way sounds like nonsense to me because that's not me. It's not my experiences. It's not my memories. I have no control. The child is the child. There's a separate person. And I feel the exact same way about clones and copies, right? So like if I copied myself into a computer or copied myself into another body, from that millisecond, the nanosecond that clone opens its eyes, it's seeing things from a different perspective, experiencing things differently, thinking differently. Everything is different. And it's not the same to me. No, I don't understand. I don't understand. It's crazy to me. It seems crazy to me that a copy of you will suffice for some people. Like, it's me or it's nothing. You know? It's me or it's nothing. Like, here, do you want the original Mars bar or do you want a copy of the Mars bar? Do you want the choco caramel? You know, like the little choco caramel? Or do you want the Mars bar? You got the caramel chocolate or the Mars bar? I'm the Mars bar, man. I want the Mars bar. You know what I'm saying? Am I making sense? Upside down glasses, yeah. But what if the child is a knobhead? Well, then if I had a kid and my child was a knobhead or a dickhead, then I would just be like, oh my god, you are me. I have 3, they're not me, they aren't a form of me, they are them. Exactly, Daniel! Exactly! Kids are not you, so you're not living on in some way. It's just an offshoot of you. And a clone isn't you as well. Happy to be back. I am, dude. I'm having a lot of... Dude, I genuinely love YouTube. I love it. I'm having so much fun here. The pressure that you feel on... I'll talk about Twitch and that after, but the pressure of Twitch versus YouTube, it's so relaxing being on YouTube. I love it here. Any big differences? Remind me after this and I'll talk about it. I'll talk about it after, because otherwise I'll talk about that for an hour. I'm weird and I often prefer the taste of the cheaper supermarket copies. You're dead to me, bit.
Good vibes here.
No, you know what? I'm kind of... dude, it's not that I prefer the cheaper chocolate. It's that a good deal tastes good, you know? Like, how do I put it? What would feel better? Driving around in a £750,000 Lamborghini that you paid full price for? Or driving around in like a second-hand Tesla you got for 20 grand? Oh, I want the Tesla all day. Okay, maybe not that, because that's a really, really good car. Let's go Lamborghini at 750 grand, or Hummer. A Hummer at 750 grand, because a Hummer's a great car, like a big, nice, comfy car, right? Hummer at 750, or like just an electric Hyundai Iconic, but I got it like secondhand for half price. Dude, I want the half price Hyundai Iconic every day of the week. I'd get in that car, like, dude, I would drive up to places and in a Hummer and people go, oh my God, that Hummer is beautiful, that's great. I'd be like, yeah, it's a pretty good car. And that's where it would end. If I drove up in the Iconic, like, oh my God, that's a beautiful car. I'd be like, dude, I got it for half price. I got such a great deal. The miles per gallon or the miles per kilowatt is crazy. Like, I'd be so much more proud of the cool deal, the great deal that I have. Oh, I need to continue this.
Right,
I'm getting lost in the sauce.
Of Sam Gorski as Batman. Come on now.
Freaking thick Batman.
Okay.
Dude, huge Batman.
Thick Batman.
Do you know what's really impressive here? The AI knows he's fat. The AI hasn't messed up his body size once. Like, the face looks kind of cool, it's messing it up a little bit, but I genuinely think the most impressive part is that it's gotten his body type. I mean, to be fair, like, the forearm there is looking thick, but don't you think it's really impressive that it's getting, like, his body size in every single frame?
Blootrix, 1999.
Like, you can tell that he looks just as chubby. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
Thick Batman looks a little thicker than...
Movie still
than
of
than
Sam
Thingy, but
Gorski as Batman. Come on now.
it's getting his body size every
Freaking thick
time.
Batman. Dude,
That's so impressive to me.
Batman.
Thick Batman. Why is he so thick?
There we go.
There it is. And I love how it's just your chin. It's smart enough to just put your chin in there.
I mean,
That is
it's
impressive.
Batman with like a little bit of a beard poking out, but I'm not blown away yet. It's like just photoshopping a little bit of chin hair onto Batman. You know, like it's not transformative. Maybe we could go a little weird.
But that is your chin, though.
Yeah, what do you
Like that 100% looks like his
Can we
chin.
just do Uncanny Valley, Sam? Oh, there we go. There we go. Uncanny Valley, Sam.
That's
It's like
so
well
impressive.
modeled.
Looks awful, but like
Clearly some
good.
craftsmanship went into that 3D model of me, but it looks really weird. I just want to see something stylized, you know? I want to see something unique and stylized. Who's the best digital artist in the world?
Greg Rutkowski.
Yeah, I was about to say Greg Rutkowski. He's clearly one of the top digital artists to ever live, so it should be in his style.
Whoa.
Let's insert me into this. Oh! There we go. Yes, so it works. Turns out it works. This whole time it hasn't been.
Mark my words, in the next 10 years, probably much sooner than that, maybe in the next 3, there will be a college degree that you can get called a digital AI VFX artist, concept artist. I really think there are going to be people that specialize in crafting. It's almost like we've come full circle. We started at writing books and painting, and they never quite met. And then painting became digital, and then writing became movies and audiobooks. And also, you could read books digitally. And then the AI came, and now you can write paintings digitally. We've come, both have come half circle, but together a full circle.
Working. It actually works great. Oh, how about this digital painting of the God of War Sam Gorski face? Yeah, I told you.
Wow.
I did it. I knew that was
Wow.
gonna
Like, dude, if you went onto like Etsy or Fiverr or whatever, you tried to get someone to paint this of you, you're talking like 250 quid. Minimum.
That's great. That's awesome. Hold on, a digital painting of Commander Price from Call of Duty, Sam Gorski.
There it is.
Yeah,
It knew.
made me super grizzled.
I'm going to start using this for thumbnails because I don't have thumbnails yet. I like that idea. I'm going to try and figure this out. I think that'd be fun.
I hope I look like that one day. All right, so here we go. We have some momentum here. Lego's the one.
Oh, Lego?
Yep, done.
Perfect.
Done.
Literally just first
Moving on, yeah. Oh, I got a weird one for you.
No way. That looks like just an actual photo that someone's taken and the AI just found it. Even with like the blur, like it's blurred out the background and put the nose and the chin in focus and somehow accidentally put the that's so crazy to me. I don't know what these little, red crying bits are, but that is absolutely insane. I could like the detail, like look at all the little bits of lighting hitting off the beard. And it calculated like where the lighting is, and I'm absolutely mind blown. Oh my god. Tesco budget Kit Kats or Chef's Kiss. I might get some later today. I do like a Kit Kat. The 3-wheeled car from Mr. Bean all day. Dude, I don't think the 3-wheeled car from Mr. Bean could support my weight. I think I would destroy that thing. I don't mean to be contrary. It's just, to me, they are both Mars bars. They are a parallel to you. They have every memory and experience until that point. Yes, they diverge, but they are you. But if you don't have control over something, that's not me. You know, that's a copy. A copy's not the same. A copy's not the same. It's all going tech. We're already training to use Unreal Engine 5 in a few documentaries next year. I have a bit of experience with Unreal Engine 5. I think everyone should go to Blender. I after having used Unreal Engine for many, many, many hours, it is, from everything I've seen, not up to the standards of what you can do with Blender in terms of being able to maintain a frame rate that is workable and scale. When it comes to scale, it really, really, really struggles. It's finicky. It's new, but it feels new when you use it. It really does. Those red bits are facial shading and detail. Oh, but yeah, I really do think that Blender is Unreal Engine 5 is cool, but it can't do what Blender can do.
Literally just first
Moving on, yeah.
Blender can't make the game I'm working on. No, I can't make games, but it's better for VFX.
Okay.
For sure.
These are first results half the time too.
Blender's not as easy to work with though. You could be an idiot and use Unreal Engine 5.
We got to do Old Snake, big boss from Metal Gear Solid.
Yoji Shinkawa.
Yoji Shinkawa, he is a trailblazer. We are going to take his soul now.
His artwork is incredible.
Oh my god. Wow!
Hell, yes! Yes! Yes!
Oh!
Yeah.
My God!
So sweet. Dude, Yoji, wherever you are, man, holy shit.
Killing
Outdone
it,
yourself.
Yoji.
Thank you. Dude, hold on, just say, is that
Oh my
safe?
God, he's sunk back in his chair as well. Oh my God. Can you get these widescreen? Because I've seen a lot of people make these at like 500 by 500 or portraits. I want widescreen ones, like, for what that... Oh my God. Oh my God, that's incredible. I am in disbelief.
Yeah, dude. Isn't that so sweet? Dude, Yoji, wherever you are, man, holy shit.
Killing
Outdone
it,
yourself.
Yoji.
Thank you.
I
Hold on, just
cannot
say, is that safe?
believe.
That's my
Every
profile
single-
picture now.
Here, you know what? Let's switch it over to me. I also happen to train a model on myself. Yeah.
Looking cool.
Thank you, Sam.
No problem. No
Thank
problem.
That one
Sam.
No problem. You know, you
looks a little bit more like it's taken his head and just chucked it onto an existing painting, but that is still absolutely incredible. Oh my God. Oh my God.
great as Big Boss 2.
I know what I'm doing
That
this
was
weekend.
Really good. That was really, 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 really good. You know what? Maybe I'm really
Hold on.
changing my
Hold on. Hold on.
really good. That was really,
Hold
really,
on.
really, really good. You know what? Maybe I'm really changing my mind about this whole AI thing. Previously, I said, like, look, I don't want an Apple Watch. I don't want Facebook to read my biometrics and change that into AI-generated content in order to, you know, make ad money off of me. But if it does what this is doing, I might be all in.
So one thing that's worth noting, I took a bunch of pictures of Sam with his camo jacket on. I took some pictures of him with a black shirt on. And a lot of these pictures, Sam has the camo jacket on. So for the first time ever, we can now create consistent characters, which is honestly historic. Meaning we can now use AI to tell a consistent, cohesive story.
So if I took photos in my super suit, it would make pictures of me in my super suit.
Story. And I'm going to try doing that. I can't get over how cool Sam looks when I say, like, Sam Gorski, Evil Wizard. The way the image comes out just immediately makes me think of a character and story. Like, yeah, I probably had his hand cut off in the battle between men and orc 20 years ago, but now he's been delving into magic in hopes of bringing it back because he's getting into necromancy. Like,
Okay, hold on. If you watched this, just this bit here, right, with no audio, and I said, what was the budget for the concept artist?
Get over how cool Sam looks when I say like Sam Gorski, evil wizard.
You'd have to say
the way the image
thousands.
comes out just immediately makes me think of a character and story. Like, yeah, I probably had his hand cut off. And
It seems to consistently mess up his left eye, and I noticed that one of the photos that he took of him, his left eye was closed. Where was that? I'm sure that he showed the photos of him a second ago.
yeah, in the battle with.
But you could see
men and
his
orcs
left,
20
he
years
had one
ago,
of his
but now
eyes
he's been
closed,
delving
and
into
it seems to
magic
have
and hopes of
consistently
bringing it
messed that
back
up.
Because he's getting into necromancy. Like I just go, right? I can just look at these pictures and I can just hit boop, 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 generate, and make a new one every time. I want to try telling a story. So I'm going to go through the office. I'm going to capture a bunch of people's likeness in my AI Pokeball, and I'm going to put them into the system, and I'm going to generate this crazy, epic fantasy tale. And I'm going to inspire
My
them
guy. My guy.
to
Clean
generate this crazy,
your
epic
Frelin keyboard. What on earth is going on here? What? See this? Do you see how clean this is? Look at that. Spick and span. A little bit of like oil from your fingers, but past that, spick and span. Look at it. That is gross. I have like a couple flecks of dust. Gross. I'm keeping that on screen while I catch up. We don't need FPS for what we're using it for. But when I say FPS, right? When I say Unreal Engine isn't great for big shots because of the frame rate, I mean that moving around the scene that you're making can be an incredible chore, because when you're moving, everything is chugging. Sure, everything stays perfectly rendered, unlike Blender, where when you move, things get, really noisy and then they, generate. But I do think that their method of moving is better than Unreal Engine's. Even when you turn off all the effects and all that, I struggled with a 3080 Ti to use Unreal Engine and a couple of the things that I was messing with a while back. It's definitely going to make thumbnail generation 10 times better. What's that? Sam Gorski Prime? It was, yes. Were the orcs based off him too? I think they were, yeah. All of those photos were based off Sam Gorski, yeah. We need to... Isn't it crazy how we didn't even know his name at the beginning of this, and now after this episode of Corridor Crew, we know, oh my god, that's Sam Gorski. We'll never forget that now. We need to be careful to not rely on AI too much, as we'll end up in a stitch where AI only has other AI to use as reference, and we end up with putting Google Translate into Google Translate stitch. See, you never clean your keyboard, Daniel. Clean your goddamn keyboard, Daniel. Clean your keyboard, Daniel. Yes, but there's always going to be... How do I put this? How do I put this in a very friendly way? Because you're saying we need to be careful not to rely on AI too much. There's always going to be hippies. There's always going to be tech is evil. There's always going to be those people. So even if 99% of the population started relying on AI, that 1%, because there's so many people on the planet, 1% of 8 billion is 8 million. That's still 8 million people that are generating art, that are making blah, blah, that are doing this, that are doing that, because there is always, probably much more than that, probably 5-10%, because there's always those people that go, you're doing things this way. Okay. Goodbye. And then they go that way. So I don't think we have to worry about that too much. I think, And plus, see, you'd never end up with not enough people doing that one thing, because then that becomes the niche expensive thing, Then that becomes the, oh my god, can you do art with your hands? How do you move your hands like that? I know how to type. I can type the sun, but I couldn't draw it. How do you do that? And then, so there's still going to be those people. That will become the high paying job, Yeah. Yes. Unreal Engine 5 has new light calculation, though though it chugs less. When I tried to use it like a couple weeks ago, it was not running well. As humanity, not ourselves. I say we go mad. I like that.
Tail.
Let's do that.
I'm going to inspire them.
I'm
when they
halfway
see
there.
These characters the same way I'm feeling inspired. I'm going to blow their minds. Thank you for joining me for story time. I used cutting-edge technology to weave you guys.
I'm going to take this whole bit where I'm watching this and post it as a video. So if you're watching this in the future, this is one of my first videos that I've posted in a very long time. Remember to like the video, like the stream, and all those things. Thank you.
Into
Subscribe
the
to-
tale that I'm about to tell. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Kingdom of Larian, a hustling and bustling place with happy people, ruled by the kind.
Yo, isn't it crazy how much more you can add to something like this by giving it a texture, giving it a masking opacity? Look at me with the terminology, huh? A masking, you know, a mask and a ting, and a texture, and then a page flip.
And benevolent.
I made it, everybody.
So King Matthew, he's always thinking about what's best for his people, but it's hard being a king. Sitting on his throne, making the hard decisions. Because you see, King Matthew is troubled.
Dude!
He's got the dread pirate Christian sailing the seas, blockading his ports.
Oh my god!
He doesn't just have pirates, he has sleazy merchants.
Dude!
That's just word. It just kind of looks like Jacob. I always knew he had it in him.
He's got the church converting his people, corrupting them. King Matthew thinks, ponders.
How did he make a king, a sleazy merchant, a pirate, and then for himself, what does he do? Oh, he's just a priest.
Them.
Everyone else is so cool.
You know, kings.
That's very
by
humble of
definition,
him.
Only one of them, all alone, somber, thinking, and then one day.
Oh my god.
He's very mysterious. He's got a cloak.
One day a dark man shows up, promising King Matthew to alleviate all his troubles.
It's very dark. He still could be anyone.
Oh my god, dude.
That's your friend.
Through the use of dark magic, the kingdom can be ruled. His enemies can be dealt with. Matthew becomes the jealous, mean, evil king. And together, they start ruling the kingdom with an iron fist.
Hell yeah, bro.
For you see, the dark magic they talks about is fire magic.
Look at that here.
Dealing away with their enemies, casting the church down, burning their enemies one by one.
Is this a children's play?
Oh my god! Dude, the photo on the left, that's absolutely incredible!
Is this a children's play?
No, it's not a children's book. Matthew sits upon his fire throne. The kingdom struggles. Is it going to crumble and fall? People under their oppressor. The people need a hero. They need a champion.
I am here for you.
Oh my god, man, this is
Jordan the Great
flooring
Knight
me.
fought in many wars, always for good, never for evil.
Dude, this just makes me ashamed of who I really am.
Jordan the Knight hears tales of this dark sorcerer that has infected the mind of King Matthew and is therefore bringing the kingdom down.
Affected his fingers too.
Yes. Look, AI can't roll hands, all right? So just ignore the hands. And he
See,
confronts him.
that's really exciting though. That's really exciting how he says AI can't draw hands. How long is it until we can import multiple references to different things into our like AI generation? So could I, for example, have one folder that I import that's photos of me, and then because I know that the AI struggles with hands, could I then take like 20 photos of my hands, clenched fist, open hand, one finger, two finger, different gestures, like take 100 of them, and then import that so that it doesn't mess up hands anymore? That would be great. That'd be fantastic.
He tells him that he needs to be banished from these lands. He needs to go, otherwise he will kill him himself.
What would be even better is if you could upload another photo. See, now my brain is going. Now my goddamn arm on my chair is broken. Now my brain is going, what if we could also import another folder with reference poses? So I tell the AI, I want you to take pose 3. Pose 3, you have the hands. So in the pose, I'm doing the whatchamacallit, the Usain Bolt, I'm doing that thing, right? So it has the reference of my hand doing that, and it has another reference of my other hand doing that, and it's got a reference of my hand doing this, and all these different hand poses, right? And then I say, take pose 2, and then it's got my face, and it's got hands, so it can take all 3 of those different things, and then make me shooting lightning out of my fingertips, or shooting fire, or shooting magic missile. Dude. Oh, see, and this is like the first iteration of this. Oh my god.
Sword. Of course, Sam, the fire sorcerer, is like, mere mortals, you mean nothing. And he fires up his magic, surrounds himself in flames. As Jordan the Knight stares him down, he thinks back to the one bit of advice, the one item he got that's going to make all the difference in this battle. Before, on his way into town, he stopped at a tavern where he met a gnome.
That's Fenner.
No, that's Fenner.
What? I love that we all got upgraded.
He
and Fenner just
did
got
him
down.
so dirty. Oh my god.
For you see, Fenner has a very special item, which is a sword forged from a meteorite. And that sword always glows red hot. He strike down anyone, including the most magical of mages. And so he gives that sword to Jordan the Knight and tells him to be careful with it because it might be his downfall. So, Samwise the Fire Mage, he is casting his fire spells, preparing to destroy his enemy. Jordan pulls out the meteorite sword, which glows red hot, and charges in for the fight. But Samwise is slinging fireballs left and right, and Jordan's no match for the magic.
Oh no.
Remember me fondly.
As the light fades and everything goes black, Jordan the Knight sees a vision of a man in a white cloak approaching him.
Wait, which one of them is that? Is that him? Oh, so I haven't been keeping up with Corridor Crew. I didn't recognize him.
It has been painted onto the side of the building. Wow. Oh my god.
Perhaps a former emperor, the spirit of a former emperor, or the founder of this land, he comes to Jordan in a vision, and he grants him the feather of life, and he brings him back. And Jordan the
Dude,
Knight
I'm really
springs
enjoying
up,
this story.
ready to fight. Take him down, Jordan. And he charges and he calls his horse, leaps over the flames, and he slices down Samwise the Fire Mage, casting him off the walls of the castle and into the waters below.
Oh,
Where he
dude.
fades away, never to be seen again. You know, this is all in a day's work for Jordan the Knight. He's a man who gives himself every day, selflessly for the kingdom. But you know, the real question is, what happened to King Matthew? For the evil slipped away from his mind, and he grew remorseful and full of regret, and he needed to make his wrongs right. And so he gathers all his people and brings Jordan the Knight, and he tells them, no, I'm wrong, this man will protect the kingdom forevermore. And he gives him many medals and honors, and he will rule as benevolent king forever after. And Jordan will be there to protect him and guide him along the way in the kingdom of Larian, where they lived happily ever after.
Incredible.
That was sick. I am genuinely blown away. They weren't all perfect, but they were, oh wow.
10 times beyond what I thought was possible.
Yeah. The water detail with Sam's shots is so
Oh,
incredible.
yeah.
Some of it just looks so photoreal. I mean, even like the painterly stuff, it just feels so artistic. Like it had a human touch to it.
This I originally typed a wizard in black robes, drowning, screaming, underwater. And then I don't get Sam, it's just a guy going, rah! But it was, you know, it had the beginnings of Sam. But the thing is, when I don't type Sam's name, I get a way more flexibility. So I can do something like this. Because otherwise, if I typed in Sam's name, it'd be like a headshot, which is what you kind of see from the other ones. So I don't include Sam's name, I get a wacky picture, but the guy at least kind of has a beard, still kind of looks like Sam. Then I use in painting, and I just select the face and go, make it look like Sam now.
Matt, that's your new album?
Yeah.
That's way less impressive to me. That's kind of a bummer, seeing that. What would have been cooler was if you could do, like, make that image with more flexibility there, right? But then you can capture a specific part of the screen and then say change face to. That would be better. I'm really bummed out by
The
that.
face, like, I'll make it look like Sam now.
Matt, that's your new album?
Yeah, with a lot more fingers. a lot more fingers, but it gets the level of my arm hair. It's a little bit shy. Yeah, it's a little light on it, but still though.
And let's not forget.
Oh my god, it actually did get the chest there.
That's insane.
Dude, these are the sickest ones. They have to be, man. These look like you belong in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
If there were ever motivation to start taking steroids, the stuff of like when the hood is off Sam, like that looks like a photograph. Photoshop picture.
Insane.
The only one I didn't recognize was Finner.
I think Fenner's the most realistic one.
That one's really cool.
That's so good. It's like your face just totally sunken into this massive head.
Greg Rutkowski. Everything looks better when you type Greg Rutkowski.
That is really, really, really cool. Where was I? Humans will always appreciate talent and effort. I agree. There was something about your eyes there. Can't put my finger on it. Wait, what? What happened? Where was I? Dread Pirate. I love The Princess Bride. I've never seen The Princess Bride. Never seen it. AI suck at drawing hands because people do. I've seen some people that can draw some really, really good hands. I've done a lot of art in my time, and I used to know some artists that were incredible at drawing hands. Like they were way better at drawing hands than they were drawing faces. My brother likes gnomes. Gnomes evil. Oh, that's that Steve guy. Was it Steve? That's our landlord, right? But if you can find a method for it, you can add in an algorithm to do it. That would be good. I'll catch you later, Daniel. Your eyes when you did the follow thing. Oh, gotcha.
The thing is, he's a real artist doing real work. Is it our art? Is it his art? Where do we stand there? I didn't want to end this video without
Oh,
talking
wait, that's important. I want to hear that.
Rutkowski. But the thing is, he's a real artist doing real work. Is it our art? Is it his art? Where do we stand there? I didn't want to end this video without talking about these moral implications. I don't have all the answers. Like, we're literally on the frontier here. We're just figuring it out. There's certainly a world where it's okay to pull influences from other artists and other people. We, as human beings, we do that all the time. When a piece of software is doing it, when does that become influencing and when does that become copying?
I think the answer to that is really simple. It's not copying. And it's not copying because the ability to craft a sentence, I think, can be as artistic as actually drawing that thing. And the reason I think that is because not everyone can draw, not everyone can craft a sentence. Let me expand on that. Not everyone can write a book, right? But if you had a really good idea for a book with all the major plot points, and then you put all your major plot points, let's say you had 1,000 plot points, 100 plot points, whatever, and you could then take those plot points and put them into an AI, and the AI would fill in everything between the plot points, and then you can go and refine that. That is the exact same level of artistic ability as someone that can write a full book. The only difference is that other person has more of an aptitude for monotony. It's much easier for them to sit there and write, and as he walked from the house back to his carriage, the 40 paces over cobbled stones, still damp from the night previous. This is rain. The damp in the air filled his lungs, and he wondered about his mother yet again. His mother who he had lost while he was at war some 3 years ago. He thought about his mother and how he couldn't be there for her with every step that he took. 35 steps to go until he was at the It's an aptitude for monotony. You see what I'm saying? The only difference is if you have the artistic or the creative ability to say, okay, the character leaves the house and walks to the carriage thinking of his mother. The weather is damp, it's early morning, and then you put that into an AI and the AI can fill in that monotony, then there's no, in my opinion, it's real, like, At what point do you go, oh, you don't have an ability to do that, you're not creative? Just because one person is able to sit and stare at a screen for hours on end writing all that boring stuff, and the other person just doesn't have that ability. Because there's certain things that you can and can't train. Now, when you're talking about taking someone's actual art style, then, of course, it gets a little bit more iffy, right? Because the two don't play into each other perfectly. Like the guy that did the Metal Gear Solid artwork, being able to recreate, well, see, this is difficult because being able to recreate his artwork using an AI, if there are people that can recreate his art style using ink, I'm assuming it's ink that he uses, on traditional pen and paper, then why shouldn't you be able to replicate that art style using an AI? I think the real dilemma here's the thing that I've just realized. Here's the real dilemma. There are two things that matter: credit and money. If we lived in a world where you didn't need money, you could just get what you wanted whenever you wanted it, I don't feel like this would be as important, because if I can make money off of your art style by typing words, then it becomes, well, hold on a second, I've made this art style. You've went and made 100 different drawings through an AI through an art style that I made, and you're making money off it, but I made the art style. But in a world where you don't make money, it doesn't really matter as much. What matters is that people know that you're the creator of that, you know? Like 100 new Mona Lisas don't take away from the fact that Da Vinci, was it Da Vinci? Yeah, Da Vinci made the Mona Lisa. I really hope I'm not getting that wrong there. So 100 new Mona Lisas don't take away from the fact that Da Vinci made the Mona Lisa, because that is Da Vinci that made that. That's Da Vinci's style, right? He had that level of realism. And one of the reasons it doesn't matter is because if you make money off 100 new ones, it doesn't matter. He's dead. He can't make money off that. What matters is that you know who made it. So maybe the real thing to keep things fair would be like a credit system. Like, you know how when you sign your name underneath something, if you had to, when using AI, if you had to sign your name, but you also had to sign any references to other creators, so people know who it was that made that type of art. I don't know. I feel like I'm onto something here. My brain it is credit that matters, and it is money that matters. And the money doesn't matter when you're dead, and the money doesn't matter if the other person isn't making money from it. It's a dilemma.
I would just encourage all of you out there, if you're making art and you're using other people's inspirations,
if he says to credit,
do something to make it your own. Don't just type a picture of Sam by Greg Bukowski and then post it online saying, look at my art. Because the way this program works is kind of like going to a giant library filled with billions of images, and you finally find the one you're looking for. What are you doing beyond that to make it your art? Anyways, this is certainly a powerful tool. It certainly enables many people to create beautiful images. We're gonna have to figure this all out together. So
he just says, make it your own. I didn't expect him to come away with that opinion. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So how much do you need to make it your own? Is it choosing the poses? Is it making oh God, there's so much to think about here. My brain is worrying. We need an AI to solve the AI problem for us. Answer the question for us, Mr. AI. Okay, I think that's pretty good for one of my first videos to post. Remember, if you're watching this in the future, like the video or the stream if you're watching live. Thank you.